Hey guys, Tony here. Hycroft Mining has been on an absolute tear, up almost 60% in just the last couple days, up 97% since that reverse split they did back in November of 2023. I want to offer you some thoughts and perspective on what's going on. Let's get right into it. As recently as last week, Hycroft Mining was trading at just around $2. Today, it reached a high of $3.49, closing out the day at $3.37, a 60% run for those of you who are in this stock and got in around $2. For anyone who bought the lows back when Hycroft did their reverse split back in November, you were able to get a price as low as $1.63, it looks like here on the chart, meaning you are up about 97% on the play if you were fortunate enough to buy that dip. Now, I don't have a position in Hycroft. I am waiting for some corporate news on what is coming up with their feasibility study later this year, but I've seen a lot of you asking what is going on with Hycroft, so let's take 1 minute and just talk about what's going on. Hycroft is in the metals sector, and being that the price of gold and silver, especially gold, is on the move up right now, Hycroft is moving right along with the price of gold. What you see on the chart here up on your screen is the chart of gold, having moved up from about 2,200 bucks to a new all-time high of around 2280. If we put them side by side here with gold on the top and Hycroft on the bottom, you can see that mirrored movement of Hycroft with the price of gold. If you are an investor who is swing trading Hycroft, or if you're an investor who's stuck with a high cost basis, but maybe you bought some cheap and you're looking to offload them into a run up, I think it is critical that you keep an eye on the gold chart. Gold is moving in anticipation of an interest rate drop in June, about a 68% probability that rates will be dropped in June. I can't tell you exactly how high gold is going to go, but it is my opinion that when gold tops out and starts coming back down, that you will see the price of Hycroft follow the price of gold. So that's something that I would be thinking about and keeping an eye on if I was invested in Hycroft. We have support on gold at about 22.35. If it comes back down, if it breaks through that, the next support level is just around 2200. So my best guess, my opinion, is that there's nothing special going on at Hycroft right now. This is just a price movement in tandem with the price of gold. And so if you're wanting to take advantage of those gains, you need to keep a very close eye on the price of gold. A lot of you have also been asking some questions because of this run up in Hycroft about how that might affect AMC. AMC bought, I think, around $29 million worth of Hycroft mine at just over $1 a share, $1.19 per unit to be exact. And after the reverse split that Hycroft did, the 1 for 10, that makes the basis of AMC's units, the shares plus the warrants, $11.93 per unit. So AMC is still underwater on the shares and the warrants that they purchased a couple years ago. Could this impact an upcoming quarterly earnings for AMC? Well, it won't impact Q1 because Q1 is already over, and AMC takes a look at the price of Hycroft at the beginning of the quarter and at the end of the quarter and figures out if they had a gain or a loss on their investment. We opened Q2 now with Hycroft priced at about $2.50. So at the end of Q2, we will have to look and see, end of June, is Hycroft higher or lower than $2.50? At the end of the day, AMC is still underwater in its play. Adam Aaron told investors that Hycroft was a 7-year investment. And if you've been following my quarterly updates on Hycroft, you know about Hycroft's presentation, investor presentation on their timeline to get the mine back in operation, and that we expect sometime this year for them to publish a feasibility study to let us know if they will be getting back into mining and what it's going to cost to build that milling plant that they're going to need. On the bright side, should gold prices stay high, that makes a much more compelling argument for the feasibility study. The higher the price of gold and silver, the more economical the Hycroft project is to sell to investors to get it back up and running. Hopefully you found this information useful and helpful. I'm going to be continuing to sit on the sidelines for Hycroft, waiting for an update on that feasibility study later this year. But if you are trading it right now, I do congratulate you and I wish you the best of luck. And don't forget to take profits. I don't know where it's going to top out, but you don't want to ride it all the way up and then ride it all the way back down again, unless you're just in it for the 7-year plan, in which case you do it the way that you would like. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here sharing some thoughts. Just a clown cowboy out here on the ranch. Anyways, guys, Tony Denaro, I will see you on the next video.